Two black guys.
Two black guys.
For Table Talk.
Table talk.
So, what do you want to talk about, bro? Hold on. First off, that I want to do something. I need to correct Jay. Because this morning I was reading on Facebook, right? Because you normally delete the live, right?
Yeah, I do.
But I read his post, his bullshit.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to let that slide.
Okay.
Because I think maybe at the moment he felt like a genius. But nigga, you stupid. Okay. Because first off, at no point when...
Negro.
Yeah.
Negro.
Okay.
We're changing. We're trying to change.
Yeah, trying. But this shit kind of had me because I was like, what, bruh? Now, I don't mind no one chiming in. That's what the viewers are for, right?
That's what it's for.
Chime in. But sometimes chime in when you're educated on the topic in which we are talking about.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, it's cool for you to just hear one little and then throw in a post, but know what you're talking about. At no point yesterday was me and my man, this black guy, simply comparing coaches to cops. At no point were we like, coaches are like the cops. What I was referring to, viewers, which for all of y'all, I don't even know why I'm repeating it for the people who caught the whole thing, but I'm going to just give it to y'all real. What I was saying was, there's so many good coaches against all these horrible ones in the retrospect of trying to do things for these kids. So you got bad ones and you got the good ones. The bad ones overpower the good ones. This is what I was saying. The bad ones, there's more bad ones than there are good ones. And the good ones, being like we discussed, are just head coaches. This man said it verbatim. He said, they don't have the power to make that kind of change. They're in a head coaching spot. That's it. Yeah. So like we had discussed, it's going to come from the ADs. And like someone else yesterday said, had commented, people that are into sports need to get into those positions of power.
Yes.
So I said, it's just like the cops. You got good cops and you got bad cops. If the chief of police isn't a good person, they're going to shit on the good ones.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about. So if the chief of police is going around saying every rioter need to go to jail, blah, 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 and the good ones, they can feel and they can go in front of the news like, I'm not going to arrest such and such for not doing this and this. If the police chief say you will arrest whoever, that's what they're going to do because it's a job for them. It's just like these coaches. If Chassa or an AD say you can't open the door for kids that want to play, they can't open the door. They're going to lose their job. That's what I was referring to. At no point am I calling a coach a cop. And if poor Jay, because he's loyal.
He caught a quick snippet of it.
Or something.
And then he just ran with it.
But I'm not going to let it slide because I don't want people to twist what we say because of this instance. That's why we do this show. Is because we want the people that have not the people that don't have a voice, because everybody have voices.
Everyone has voices.
The problem is there's a lot of people that don't speak up. So they talk to me and you about shit, but they aren't willing to say it. Y'all, I will not tell y'all how many people I've asked to come on this show, but they won't because they're afraid of what's going to happen at their job because they work in this district or in that district. They aren't willing to talk, but they talk to us. They definitely talk to me about whatever the problem is. And I talk about it. I talk about it because I don't care. Yeah. Feel me? Like, and that's the power that we have. We got jobs. Ain't none of our jobs going to fire us because of what we do or don't say.
About basketball?
Up on this show.
Yeah.
Like, no one, like, if anything, either they going to watch it or they going to not watch it. Either they going to be like, good job or fuck y'all show. Feel me? Like, and we cool with that. All I'm saying is I would never compare coaches to cops. I'm talking about how things are structured. That's what I'm talking about. And poor Jay feel that all cops are bad. Maybe Jaden had bad experiences with cops, and that's cool because in the time that we in now, that's what's going on. But don't be surprised if maybe one day you got children or something and it's that good cop that help your kid, bro. Like, not every fucking cop is bad, bro. And I'm just gonna be real, bro. Like, people can say whatever they want to say and say, oh, well, I know cops and I know this and that. Well, I got family members who are cops and they are not like the rest. Matter of fact, one of them got fired and had to go to a whole nother city to get another job because he's a good cop.
Yeah.
Like, man, please, bro. But now, I'm not saying that, you know how it is. One bad apple ruins the whole batch. That's the type of thing that goes on for them. In any other crap, bro. Like, I mean, imagine this. If you was where your job, let's say that you then got your promotion, you driving around, dropping off whatever you got to do. And if a store is like, bro, Alan is late every fucking day, every week he is late, they're going to associate your whole company as bad, bro.
Yes.
But because they hired you.
That's only normal, natural.
That's
the way it
what
works.
I'm talking about, bro. That's all. That's all that I'm talking about. Hey, Whitman, like, that's it, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That I'm not going to associate coaches with cops. I mean, like, that was just a little much. And I just read that because I was trying to catch up on our Facebook stuff because I don't really go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Y'all might not believe me, but like, outside of the live, I don't really use Facebook. It's just not my choice of social media.
I don't follow it as much. I haven't lately. I haven't. But I want to start off by saying I was thinking about something all last night.
Yeah.
So after our podcast yesterday, I was really distraught. I was hurt. I was emotional talking about, you know, the way the culture is here in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
You know, and it still bothers me every day, you know. But I do want to apologize because I came off really
angry.
Old Allen-ish.
Definitely angry.
Yeah, and I said I would slap the shit out of him, which is true, I would.
Because I just watched you while you spoke. Like, I was like, wow, my man
Yes.
is actually passionate about this
Yes,
issue.
I really am passionate about it, but I want to apologize because that's not the way for me to go about it.
Okay.
You know, and that's just the mature side of me. But I do get upset just watching a lot of these kids who have talent.
Yeah.
Or who have a chance to go further, and we have adults that shit on them. To me, that just
I
burns.
agree with everything that you just said.
that
I
burns
can't
me.
even tell you how many times on the show that we've spoke on that.
Yeah.
And normally it's you limiting me from saying what I freely want to say. But yesterday, that's why I love that you went off. Because that wasn't the norm. Like, the people don't normally get to see that. Normally they see that from me.
Yeah, he's the angry black guy.
So I was very happy that you went off. Like, I was like, this is really good, man. This is because that's the side of you that I know.
Yeah.
Like, off the camera stuff, off the like not being in front of the mics. That's what I know. So I know the passion. So that's why sometimes when we get on the mic, I'm like, why don't he let him have it? Why don't he do what he do to me? Like, just give it to him, bro. But I was happy.
So,
I mean,
some people aren't ready for that Hulk to come up.
Oh, yeah.
That's the nickname I've gotten over the years here, but some people aren't ready for it.
But I was glad.
I just want to apologize though, because that's not the proper way to go about it at times. Even though I still feel like that, you know, but that's not the proper way.
Okay, now I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Because you're somebody not military, but was associated with it pretty much growing up.
Yes.
Right? How do you feel about the military? How do you feel as a civilian that you somewhat know, like, some of the back scenes? Because you had a mom that came home talking about the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? That was involved in it. Matter of fact,
I did
bro,
contract work for the military for years.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like,
I was there on base all the time.
So how do you feel?
Well, all right. So
Thanks, Whitman.
So growing up in a black household,
Yeah.
you know, dad was military, and he dropped jewels on me throughout the years. You know.
Okay.
So my real dad and stepdad both in the military.
Both of them was.
They were both successful at it.
Why am I lacking? Like, I feel like I should have knew that.
Yeah, one was a radiologist. in the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I was going to go back. I was going to go into that field. I used to have to do that in summertime, just carrying around the stuff, going, and then he would do private entities and whatnot. So I would have to do all that stuff.
Moonlighting.
And I just didn't want to do it because I was always waking up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Hence, it's probably why I'm getting up at 2 a.m. now.
Now, right? and you fine with it because I'm not fine with that. Okay.
But anyways, they've dropped jewels over the years, and I've gathered intel from both. And as a, my real pops, he told me the military is not for a black man because they're so racist.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's the reason why I did not join the military.
See, this is why I gotta get brief before we go on shows. This is why I have to get brief because I wasn't expecting that yet.
Oh, that's my pops. He's from South Carolina.
Because that's actually my next question. Like that was gonna be my next question. Like knowing what you know about the military, how do you feel the structure of the military is? Like including from officer and the enlisted, blacks and whites and Mexicans and blah blah blah.
So first of all, let me get this out here for any of you kooks out there that don't know shit or that like to, exaggerate things that we say. I have no disrespect for the military.
Okay, good. Because I'm in the military.
My family, my friends, my closest friends.
Yeah,
they're all in the military. The military has provided food on our table.
Yes, exactly.
So I have no. Some of a lot of my closest friends been fucking military.
Okay.
I grew up as a military brat. I mean,
you
in the
did.
country, but a military brat.
Yeah.
So I'm not disrespecting in that light, but if as a black man, what my pops told me, the military is not for a black man. He told me go to college, get your education.
Okay.
Go a different route with it.
Okay.
And that's why I shied away from the military.
Okay. So you have a child that's in the military though.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that?
So,
knowing that you had a dad that gave you the jewels that said, "Don't, son, go to school, do blah blah blah."
What up, Canny?
In
Texas,
you chose not to, but you let your daughter do.
So, it wasn't a let. It wasn't a let.
How wasn't it a let?
Because I wanted my daughter to go to college. She was supposed to go to college.
So you let her go to the military.
She chose. She's older, so she chose not to go to college, and she wanted to pursue the military.
Okay.
She was supposed to go in the Air Force, and she just didn't want to wait because the Air Force took too long for her.
The delayed enlistment program.
Yeah. Well, she already had everything.
So her
MLS took too long to get in.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Nah, I want to go now," and she was just doing that because she was like, "I like to stay motivated or whatnot."
Okay.
So then she joined she went and joined the Army, which, I wasn't happy, because I felt like college was the way for her, but she felt like college wasn't for her at the time being.
Okay.
Being that once you join the military, you still got to go to college.
Yeah, like
the irony. But
straight up,
she did it, and that's my daughter. I love her to death,
and
I'm going to support my daughter in what possible way I can. So, I mean, I'm holding back. I really am. But
why are you doing that? Why are you holding back right now?
I don't know.
No one wants to like we missed the Allen from yesterday. that is the one that we missed. Like I'm not with this whole holding back crap.
Listen. Okay. There's multiple things. God damn, let me take off my hat. I don't do this. I don't do this much often. All
right, go say.
But there's things with like I feel the military at times brainwash a lot of cats who don't use common sense. And a lot of, like you said, military is your job. That's what feeds your family, and I get that.
Yeah.
And we know that military can only do so much. Military personnel.
Okay.
They can only do so much. Like, whether it be, hey, thanks, Candy said, good discussion, fellas, tough topic.
Yeah.
It is a tough topic.
Yeah.
So, I feel like So if you're a black individual in the military and you see the shit that's going on, and you have a different opinion, your whole family feel a certain way, but in the military you cannot pass that threshold to open up. You are stuck. You signed that contract, and you are bound by it. So there's a lot of folks I know in the military that want to come out and say stuff, but they don't want to jeopardize their whole career. That they may spend 15 fucking years in, and all of a sudden, they want to step up for their people, but they can't. So, but let's take it back in there now. Let's reel it back. Because there's some motherfuckers in the military that they can see the wrong shit, but they follow that gung ho attitude. Okay. Like how do I say it? We can say we all brothers all the fuck we want. Okay. Like my dad used to say, hey, they'll say that we brothers when we go overseas, and motherfuckers are shooting at us when we fighting together, but as soon as we bring our ass back over here, they treat us like shit. Yeah, yeah. But where's that brotherhood at then? The reason why it's brotherhood over there because they're motherfucking scared. They're scared that you're going to turn on them.
First, I just said speak. Damn. Okay. Yeah.
So, but I just don't like so Fox News to me. Fox News is the main news for the military. Trust me. Don't tell me shit because I done seen it for years when I was working on base. Base, and I see these motherfuckers. They believe every motherfucking thing that Fox News say. They don't even blink twice to think differently. They're like, oh, Fox News said it. So,
I'm going to have to agree, bro. Like, now, I'll tell you this. As far as I've seen it, is they try to be neutral. Now, I have been on installations where you might go places and they might have on some CNN. But I'll tell you what, now. It's brief. Yeah, yeah. But MSNBC, you will not see that. You will not see it. You will not see that on a TV. You might see a CNN. You might see the network that's trying to be right down the middle. But Fox, on there.
I was in Fort Benning. I saw this shit.
Yeah, on there.
Day in and day out. So hold on, let's read some of these comments because I'm okay. Pratt says you have to remember that a lot of people go to the military because they have no other option. I'm about to hit that. Okay. Dang, good point. I'm about to hit that. Candy says true shit, especially those Caucasians. Yes. Okay. And I'm about to hit that. Okay. So, but you have Fox News who classify all blacks pretty much as thugs, menace to society, all the extra, we've seen it. All the extra bullshit
outside of the blacks that openly support them.
Yes,
those are the ones.
To me, that's the fucking worst. Right. That is the fucking worst in my heart.
But don't get it too depth. We don't got too long, bro. Because I know exactly how you feel now. Seeing those blacks that are fully, Fox Republican type way up. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have no problem with a black individual, African American, whatever, being a Republican.
Yeah, that shit don't mean nothing to me.
That don't mean nothing. Like that's fine.
Well, hold on. There's an asterisk there with me.
Oh, okay.
And I'm real quick. I feel like if you're Republican, because Republicans are real.
Oh shit! Wait. So Whitman said complacency is never okay, whether it's within the military or out of the military. When shit's wrong, speaking out is the only option. And shit's wrong right now. Thank you both for speaking truth to the power. Yeah, he's a white guy that I was stationed with him back at Laughlin. Dope ass dude, bro. Dope as fuck. Like,
appreciate it.
Like literally, but you need more. If they are Caucasian, you need them like him. Seriously, bro. Seriously. Kind of know what a struggle is, defining what life is for him, defining what life is for his partner, defining life in the military. Feel me? Even his life for his family. Like, now, I'm not going to tell y'all his story, but there's all different kind of struggles, bro. White, black.
Everyone, every race, every person, every human being has a struggle somewhere,
some shape or form, yes. Right, got have a struggle. But the military is supposed to be the place where everything is like neutral, bro.
It's supposed to be a conglomerate where everyone comes together.
Like no matter
it's
what.
Supposed to be that, but no.
Okay, bros, speak on it. Speak.
No, it's not like that, man.
Yeah, go on.
You know, it's structures to where a lot of folks are designed. I'm not going to say to fail, but not to move forward.
Okay,
so to speak, not to fail. So you're a good black man if you go to work and you keep your head down, and you know you can make yourself a little bit of money. But when you see something going on, you shut your mouth, because the moment you step out of line, we put you back. We'll put you back in the back of the bus somewhere.
Yeah,
you know, so to speak. However, I just, you know, there's so much going on right now that, you know, because I can spend all day talking about this.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I'm sorry, guys. I gotta dumb it down a little bit, make it short. But as far as growing up, I was always taught the military is not for a black man.
Now I'm gonna tell you a story, right? And this is 110% true. I'm not gonna say the individual name. You can believe it or not believe it. It's fine. But
Kenny said military members can't speak about the commander in chief, especially when he is screwing things.
Yep.
That's
facts.
Correct. Those are facts.
And so this story is, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's 110% true. So when I first joined the military, right, I was stationed out at Hickam Air Force Base in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I'm young, right? And I'm out there doing young things, right? I'm just going to work to knock out work, but the rest, man, like I'm trying to kick it with the homies, party, talk to whoever, mess with whatever girl, blah, 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 right? So anyway, typically, now I was underage. So I'm out there drinking, right? Doing what young kids do, man, right? So it got to the point where one day I got in trouble, right? So I had to go because like this girl was mad that I wouldn't like mess with her type. Now, let me say this, not mess with her. So I was messing with her. She had a kid. And when I found that, I was like, hey, Deuce, like that ain't really my gig right there. Now, I'm young. And she took it like he used me. Because the girl would tell me, hey, come over to my house. I'm a cook for you and all that. So I'm like, shit, that's better than the chow hall. Shoot, like bet. Like, okay, so she felt some kind of way. So I was like, cool, right? End up getting in trouble. I had to go see my commander. My commander was a black lieutenant colonel. She was a squadron commander. She told me exactly what you said. Called me in her office. I had to go in there, stand at attention. Ma'am, you know, Airman Davis reports his order, blah, blah, blah. And she runs down, hey, this is what this individual said that you did, right?
Oh, I can't say go on be that baby stepdaddy.
Right. And now I couldn't do it, not at 18, bro. Not at 18. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, boom. So I'm standing there and she's running down. Yeah, Sergeant such and such said you did this, and this. And I said, I did. That's what I did. And she said, so you just stopped messing with me? I said, that's what I did. Yeah, I just said, Deuce, like, stop. She said, stand at ease. I was like, okay, bet. And she said, no, have a seat. She told me what you just said. So now I'm like an A1C, one of the lowest ranks, right? And I'm just like, dang, this black lady is talking to me like my mama. Like real, like
she's good.
She said, you're not gonna make it the way that you're going. And I was like, so what you mean, Colonel? And she was like, this military is not for black men. And if you think that I got where I got as a black woman by doing the stuff that you do, and she was just real with me. And she said, if you don't change your ways, they're going to kick you out and ruin your life.
Ruin everything.
That they're going to give you an article, this and that. You're going to get a dishonorable. You will not be able to work at McDonald's. And I was like, what? Changed my whole outlook, bruh. So I then kind of wised up and I was like, okay, man, no more of this underage drinking. No more just messing with these girls. Because the military actually got the UCMJ. So a lot of people don't know this, but it have guidelines on everything. Y'all, there's actually guidelines in there on how to have sex. And it is no joke.
Whoa.
Look it up. Look it up. It's in the UCMJ. No fellatio, no oral. Like, all of that is stuff that can actually get you in trouble. Not saying that people ain't doing it, y'all. Like, no one's jumping in people's houses to go look and see what they doing. But let's say a rape case come up that a girl said, and now it's another charge. Feel me? Okay, first you raped her, then you forced her to give you oral sex, then you forced her this and that. Feel me? So it's all things that's against the UCMJ. People that's not in the military don't know. We are not governed by the regular Constitution, right? Like, we're governed by something else. That UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, it tells you how to act, how to go about a lot. Feel me? And if you go outside of that, you can be held accountable for it. And so it's cool knowing that as a civilian, you were someone that got a speech from your dad that I got from a colonel to another military member. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, man, like, this isn't the... Now, I will say, when she gave me that was back in 2003, 2002, like late 2002. So the military was different then, too. Because there was no... like, you know, like, they didn't repeal the can't ask, don't tell type stuff. Like, feel me? Like, that they wasn't doing transgenders in the Air Force. So the military done changed, right? Yeah, a lot. But then, back then, man, like, they had stuff like wall-to-wall counseling and stuff like that. Like, things that I actually got to witness. Like, people just didn't get like, oh, you're late to work, here's some paperwork. People was like, rather than me waste my time doing this paperwork, let's go back in the back and throw these hands, and you're gonna like listen. Like, that kind of junk was real. But now, of course, we all saw the scandals of TIs doing this and that to people in basic. I'm gonna be honest, that didn't happen to my flight, so I don't know nothing about that. But it was real. I mean,
so Kenny said, those people come far and few. As a black man and proud veteran, I had a great mentor to guide me, and I did the same thing for my own soldiers who are in leadership positions today.
Yeah.
They still call me to thank me for their careers.
Right? Yeah.
And like, that's what we need. We need
this
folks.
Female checks on me to this day. She's been retired for at least 10 years now. At least. And she still call me to this day.
That's dope.
To this day. Just, like, Davis, I need you to make it out. You got 2 more years. Like, to this day.
That's what our community really needs. You know, it don't matter where I go. I need somebody. I don't care if it is an old head that just, hey, young fella. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You acting kind of wild. Right. I don't have folks come to me like that. Yeah. And that right there will just bring me down like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know, because I was raised right, and I know that when something's wrong, I'm doing something wrong. But we need those type of elders, those leaders in our community. Nowadays, we got too many people out there, you know, and I hate to say the little cliche, out there twerking and, you know, they got... you got your mom showing your kid how to be a thought, and you got your dad showing your son how to be a thug. Yeah. So I'm just like, something got to give, man. Yeah. We headed down a destruction path, you know, if not already. But I don't believe that we're completely there.
Okay.
You know, but I feel like we do need those leaders and mentors, and not everybody got to be. So, hold on. When I say leaders, I mean this right here. So, I don't need and this is no disrespect, but I don't need a Obama, Al Sharpton, you know, somebody like that. I ain't talking about that kind of leader.
Yeah.
I don't need that. But I do want to see what I do need is local community, where community come together.
Those are the people that
those
really
are the ones that make shit happen.
Yeah.
Not those folks up there on TV.
So high on TV.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I care about what's down here helping us out. So we're all in this together. Mm-hmm. But we got too many motherfucking crabs in our city, man.
Oh yeah.
Crabs, it's crabs everywhere. And that's the worst to me, is to see a black person, human, bring down another black person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody caring about whether you got you're in a high class, you make money, you don't make enough money. That shouldn't mean nothing to folks, man.
That really means
That shouldn't mean nothing.
That don't mean anything for me. That when I see a black person doing it, like the joy that runs through me is crazy.
Yes, I'm talking about foot soldiers. We need more foot soldiers than anything right now.
Yeah,
Folks that are just hey young fella, hey Miss Lady, hey, somebody to tell a young girl, hey, you shouldn't be dressed like that.
Yeah.
You know, and not in a rude way, but like, hey, you're better than that. I see you're beautiful. Just to tell kids that they're beautiful, because a lot of black kids grow up and they see it's real. It's so fucking real. They see the white doll baby and the black doll baby, and they look at the black doll baby. They think that the black doll baby is dark and fucking ugly, but then they look at the white baby and they be like, oh, she's so beautiful. It's been brainwashed down years by years, so we systematically. We put ourselves down, not even fucking knowing it.
What's so crazy is my mom. Now I gotta give her props, bro. She went out of her way to make us literally see black people as beautiful. Like literally, like my mom did not buy my sister white dolls. She just didn't. Like she was like, this doll here is pretty, blah blah blah. You're gonna like it. You're gonna do her hair. And that's what they did. And so on and so on. So my sisters do it with my nieces. Feel me? Like, when my daughter, of course, she's a biracial girl. She's black and Mexican. She had both dolls. She had black ones and Mexican dolls.
So am I.
We just didn't buy them white dolls because that's not you.
I will always say, hey, you know, because the way I grew up, why you buy that white doll, baby?
Yeah.
Like, I need my kids to see a black
doll.
And,
yeah.
you know, she's like, shut up, stupid.
Yeah,
you know, because her side of the family is white.
Yeah.
And I ain't got nothing against that. But, you know, I just don't want kids growing up. And my kids, they don't do that. But it's just, you hear, like we talk about throughout our segments, we hear the kids around here in these schools. You know, the dark-skinned girls want to be light-skinned, and the light-skinned girls want to be dark-skinned. It's like, be yourself.
Yeah, just be happy who you are.
Yes.
Be really
because that's what's going to push you to the next level. And here's another thing. All right, I've been waiting. Sorry, guys. I'll apologize because for the past 2 weeks, I've been on the low on the grind, and I've been, you know, just focusing on what I got to do. All right, but there's been a lot of shit in our news going on. You know, we're first of all with damn, I'm forgetting his name. Old boy that got shot by the cops 7 times.
Blake.
Whatever his name is.
Blake.
And this is how fucking sad this is. So I can't even remember his name because it happens so much where black folks is getting shot, killed, something that I done forgot names now. Yeah, I'm like victim 8005. That's how I am right now. However, it's just one thing after another. So I'm going to say this. Black folks, don't put yourself in these predicaments and scenarios. Move with careful precision. Move with elegance. You know that, you know, I'm not saying hate all cops. That is not what I'm saying. So for you goofballs, I'm not saying that. But we got to know better, man. We got to do better. So if it's at nighttime, don't go out past night. If something's getting hot, walk away. You know, we got to learn to do better. You know, granted, I still think the cops is wrong for shooting this motherfucker. They got 2 of them, maybe I think it was 3 of them. Mm-hmm. They could have tackled this man, tasers, something like that.
Yeah.
But then they're saying, oh, he walked to the car calmly. He had his kids in the car. Oh, he had a felony, even though they weren't there for him.
Yeah.
But all these shit come up. Put yourselves in better situations and scenarios. Learn. We got to speak more calmly. Let's get away from the stupid ghetto shit, as they say. We gotta hold ourselves more. I mean, not more accountable, because I can see where a dumbass would say, well, he went to his car and he could have got a weapon. I can see where a scary motherfucker might feel like that.
Okay.
Even though 7 times is fucking excessive.
We all know that.
Yeah, we all know that. But I can see the hoods, and I'm saying the hoods, the pillowcases over their faces, trying to make an argument for shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to, if you got to argue that, then I just feel that you're a racist. Point blank. We can debate all day, but I feel like you're a racist. However, black folks, let's put ourselves in better scenarios. Stop. And here's another thing. And this, I'm not creating no race war.
Yeah.
But if you know these motherfuckers don't like you, what the fuck are you shucking and jiving for trying to get their approval? I don't get that. If you know a motherfucker don't like you, you're saying cops don't like you, you don't like cops, go about your business. Stop trying to hee monkey in their motherfucking face. Why do that? Just go about your business, handle your shit, make your money, take care of your family, and move on. And I see this shit from so many angles. We get set up, black folks get set up to make it look as if we're the worst, like we're villains. But if we go throughout these histories of American U.S. history, all the Anglo-Saxons are the ones that have been the ruthless to me that I've read.
Okay.
Not the black folks.
Yeah. I mean.
No, it's facts. Like
I feel what you're saying, but there's still been blacks that has done some ruthless things.
I'm not saying that. Okay, let me elaborate on that.
Okay.
If Tyrone killed 5 motherfuckers, I'm not outside of jail wearing no shirt that said "Free Tyrone."
Free Tyrone.
I'm like, yeah, keep that motherfucker in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Point blank simple.
All right.
I know that there's bad black folks, but there's bad every folks.
Yeah.
White, black, Hispanic, Asian. There's bad folks, period. But stop trying to paint the picture as if all black folks are evil.
Yeah,
that's the shit that bothers me. And then I don't like black folks. I don't like black folks dumping on shit that they don't know what they're talking about, just agreeing just to agree, because then you're gullible. And I don't like black folks, just because something happens don't mean that it's always racial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that, because then you cry wolf for every racist shit.
Now, I highly agree with you, bro. So, just to piggyback off of what you said, bro, that I have a similar issue, but it's with the blacks that are successful. When you see your success as I was able to do it.
Why can't you do it?
Why can't you do it? Or look at my nice truck. And look at it, man. Get out of here with that shit, man. Like, look, man. We understand, man, that other people have different privileges, bro. We understand that. Like, if you think Michael Jordan's sons were gonna be born in the poverty or whatever, you're crazy, bro.
Stupid.
You're like you are nuts. So I understand if Michael Jordan's son, or let me say kids, because I believe that he has a daughter, don't understand where the black people that are going through things and they lack a understanding of it. I totally get it, bro. I totally get it. What I'm saying is, when you do make it, you still, I would hope that Michael Jordan took the time to tell him how he got to where he had got.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, kids, understand that you have what you have because dad worked hard. Dad had to overcome this.
And shit that y'all did.
Yeah.
It was all me.
Yeah, like, just be real with him. And that's why earlier when you were talking, well, in reference to the sports, how a lot of the parents are the reason and that these kids are held back or kids feel entitled or whatever, that also goes on up in the realm of life, of society. That you have kids, like, for instance, yesterday, me and you had a quick discussion about how you're basically teaching your baby, hey, how to make money, how to hustle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then you said, but at the same time, that I'm a teacher, don't use people. Don't try to get over on people, blah, blah, blah. I feel you, right? Because at the same time, like we were discussing, she could deal with a kid that has no value of the dollar, no value of what money is, and they just run home, maybe take their savings, like boom, huh? Yeah,
Yes.
because I really want that item that was, I don't know, it's maybe worth $2, but they gave her $60. Feel me? Like things like that, and that's what kind of gets me sometimes is as black people. Once we are successful, we just forget the ones who aren't, and the difference is in the other races they normally don't. See, like
They go back and help.
they go back and help. Hey, that we don't have many of the LeBron James, like the people that left out of wherever they come and they go back and they build schools. Like they try to create ways to get the rest to where they're at. They try to create ways without just handing out money, because you got to understand, if I give money to a 6-year-old, he's gonna spend it like a 6-year-old. So, and it's the same way if you give money to someone that's 25. If you give money to someone that's 25 that never have money, they aren't going to know what to do with money. And that's why, now I forget the basketball player that he was talking about that. He done developed classes that's teaching people how to use their money, how to build wealth. Because when you live check to check, it is difficult for you to want to risk your money in investments, stock, things that grow your money.
It ain't that simple.
And so many people on Fox News be trying to make it like,
Well, why don't
they just invest? Yeah, I'm like,
it's like, motherfucker, we don't have the means to.
Bro,
Our check
yes.
is going straight to rent.
Rent and bills and utilities and feeding my kids. Like, so I think that is important, man. Now, the whole education reform, I'm for that totally, man. Because I'm going to be honest, when I went through school, and this isn't to bash on how my education was, because I won't say that it was bad, but all I'm going to say is my children just went through middle school and they had an actual financial class on budgeting, how to save. Like, literally had to come home with multiple projects where they were like, hey, you're giving this much money, show me what you can do and how much money can you have at the end of the year, with all these different scenarios. That's big time, because I went through it with them. Like, so what are you going to do? Nope, you can't buy that video game, Rob. You can't. If you're only making this much, by the second week, son, you won't have no money to eat. Feel me? Like, things like that. So I'm all for the reform of education, because I also believe that it's a tool that blacks, browns, and other people can use to get out of whatever bad scenario that they're in.
They don't know. Like I say, I don't blame my parents, because they just didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know what I know. So you got to imagine what they didn't know, their parents didn't know, and their parents didn't know. So it was a cycle.
Yes.
So it takes a while for you to get out of that generational curse.
Yeah.
It just
happens.
Does. I just don't like. Okay, so here I'll say this right here. When I first went to Georgia, I was working pretty much in CIF.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
those who in the military, you know what that is.
Yeah.
So I was working CIF. It took another.
My dad, you around guns and stuff?
Sir, that's what I used to do.
You really?
I was a small arm repairman, sir.
Wow. Okay.
I was up there playing with them M16, them
Really?
ABCs and them M4s. Yeah, I knew how to do it.
Okay.
Hey, funny story is, I used to clown all the time growing up that I would never be one of those nerds who sit there and play with guns and know how to take apart a gun in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But shit.
But you was
I turned into one of them jokers.
Because everybody that get around guns like that, you become that. Like,
yes.
How quick can you clean it? How quick can I dismantle
I
it?
became one of those guys.
Put it back?
I
Yeah.
could take a fucking gun M16 apart real fast, put that shit back and click, let's go.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Now, I was never one of y'all. Like, I give it to y'all real. I'm in the med group. I'm a medic.
But anyways, so when I was in Georgia, I used to work at CIF.
Hey, yo.
Central Issuing Facility, for those who don't know. That's what it is in the military.
Yeah.
So I started off there, and it was another older gentleman, brother. He was like, hey, man, he said, I've been seeing you. You new around here, and I see you just always moving. You working. He's like, you ever worked with guns before? And I just gave that chuckle like, well, not work, but
Yeah. But I've handled a few.
I've handled a couple time or two.
Yeah.
But he gave me a recommendation
Oh.
to go be a small arm repairman. I've never done it in my life. Off of the strength of me working, it took another brother, an older
Yep.
brother, to recommend me, and boom, I got it. I got that job within a week
Yeah.
of him recommending.
you.
Yes. So that right there has always stayed with me. So to this day, folks who know what I do, like my job title, and you know, I have tried to bring on damn near every person I felt. I've hired
I
over
know that.
6 or 7 jokers at my job, and
I
they
know
can
that
tell you that.
for a fact.
Yeah, and they're not all brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's just if I feel like, hey, you know, this is a way for you to get, man, I go out of my way to help others.
That's dope.
So
man.
I'm like, that little thing that man did for me, that's settled, stay with me for years. For years. So I return that favor as much as I can. So I'm like, my thing for others is, hey man, y'all see my Facebook post saying stay blessed. You
Yep.
know, stay safe and stay blessed. So I say to y'all, go out there and help somebody else.
That's
Don't
what I
ask for
say.
shit in return.
Yeah.
Don't say, well, I did this for you. Don't do none of that shit. Just go help somebody else.
Yeah. And
Man,
that's where we're
that-
gonna start.
That's
bro.
the best fucking
That is
feeling.
where it's gonna start. And you know, and sometimes it's, how can I say, that I deal with the people that are more leaning toward the extremist group of the Black Lives Matter movement, like extreme, like, well, just imagine what you brought up. Hey, in the military, you got blacks that understand white people, treat them like this,
Yeah.
treat them like that. So behind the uniform, they'll talk to you like, brother, like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck this, blah, 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 fuck that. But I'm like, bro, what we got to do is help one another, bro.
Help each other. Simple.
Help one another. Like, and half of the time, the person you talking about, they don't even understand, bro. Like, if you would just open up your mouth, like, and be like, hey, man, can we talk?
Yeah,
Like,
simple.
Like, simple stuff. And between one another, man, I see it all the time because I'm in the military. So you got a lot of black people that are, like you said, helping, right? Helping.
Yeah.
And you got a few that are just like, look, like, I done made it to E8. Like, I'm E9. Like, and that's all that they focus on, right? Is I made it. So I'm going to be cool with the next E8 or E9. And that's the crew that I'm only talk to my peers. And it's tough because you're like, man, help someone else get there. Because there's going to come a point where you got to leave.
Yes.
Like, you're going to have to leave and you're going to be replaced. Like, that's what this is. Help the next man.
I help.
Get there,
I try
bro.
to help
the next man, bro.
every person, especially every brother. I try to help out because I see here in Colorado, and I'm not saying that the folks that I help were at the bottom. I'm not saying that because I don't know their scenario, but I do know that a couple, you know, there's a lot of folks here that don't see that Frito money, that never saw that before. So,
Yeah.
you know, whenever like, yo, Al, can you help me out? I got you, man.
Right.
Hey, don't be smoking or drinking.
Yep.
Don't do no shit like that because, hey, man, this is off the strength of my name.
Yeah.
So, and it just feels so good to help others, man. So I just feel like if we can just, as black people, as just minorities, just people, you know, fuck that. I say minorities because we're in dire need right now.
Yeah.
So we got to just start helping each other. Everything don't have to be a tear down. You don't have to tear the next brother down. You know, just because somebody move up, you don't have to call them a crab.
Yep.
Or, you know, because you saw something different in them. Hey, maybe it's not your time. But be patient. You know, or grind. Keep grinding. They will see you. Let me read this real quick.
Okay.
Canny says, so Canny, you know, he used to be in the military too.
Okay.
So he in Texas, by the way.
All right. Dope.
Oh,
Dope.
Kenny, I'm coming down to Texas. I'll be moving down to Texas, man. In
Yep.
less than 2 months, I'll be living in Texas, me and the fam. Dallas. He says, everything starts at home. I think he said, my wife and I are training
Yeah.
my son now about life.
Yeah.
He says, we have to break the cycle. I just put my son on my credit card. as an account user so that he would have a great credit score by the time he is 18.
That's dope. That's
Damn,
dope.
I gotta do that. Well,
That's
I
dope.
went and got the accounts and everything, but I didn't
Yeah.
put it on a credit card.
No.
Because I was like, you like to shop, kid.
Yeah.
But no, that's dope right there. That's positive. I love that. That's like you said, breaking the generational curse.
Yeah.
Right
Starting
there.
them off right.
So here's something I used to always say about my mom and them. When I got, I think it was like 18 or 19, they bought me a car. Well, no, they didn't buy me a car. They financed me a car. I wish, even though I wanted it, that was the dumbest shit they could have ever done for me.
Okay.
So I learned quickly, like, for my kids, I'm not financing your car. I'm going to go to the goddamn auction,
Yeah.
get you a car where it's paid for,
Yeah.
and you learn how to fix all the small mechanic
Yeah.
maintenance shit, and then you save your money. You don't have no car payment. That's money saved.
Yeah.
And I wish that, but my parents didn't know that.
Now I'm trying to do all of that because so my mom, of course, my very first car she gave me, like it was paid off. It was hers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when I came to the military, that I was so headstrong on wanting to do everything up on my own. That's what I did. So I went, I financed a car, and I wasn't even in my tech school yet, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was there, I was just waiting around for my shit to start, boom, and I just said, man, nah, I need some wheels, man. Like, and that's what I did. So I purchased some, it was around like $17,000, right? Went and financed it, end up paying it off because what I did was I had someone that told me how to do it. He said, set up this allotment where they draw it straight out so you're never late or nothing like that, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I did, and it's like you said that I can't imagine how my life would have went instead of me financing something. Just save up, buy a little whip for $2,000-$3,000, get you from point A to B, save up that money, be a young dude. That really my first purchase, I wish would have been a house.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that, to where, hey, when I'd have left that first base, that I could have rented that joint,
Rented it out.
been making money off that, buy my next one, and so on, right? And but I had no one who told me that. So for my kids, like you said, living and learning, man, I just I'm gonna do that for them. That's why I'm so hard on them now, because I want them to go to college on a scholarship. I don't care what form, athletic, academic, grants.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. But I want them to get that education without debt.
Yes.
I don't want them coming out of college, 4-year degree, 6 doctorate. I don't care where they want to end it, but I do want them to get their 4-year degree and start your life. And I want it to be smooth. And I know that it's not going to be, but that's why I praise you for what you're doing in your move to Texas. It's to try to get your child, once she go to school, to have the smoothest trip of it. And we know that it's not going to be, but you want it as smooth as possible.
We're doing everything in our power to make this right, man.
Yeah, so that's what I want for mine, for both of them. And that's the way that I'm trying to get things going. And so far, so good.
I know, I say it like this. Growing up as a young man, I made plenty of mistakes, man.
Yeah.
I made huge mistakes. And there's times I wish I had a stronger guidance. Somebody who was a real mentor that would be like, hey, Alan, yeah, I know you think you're the best. I know you think you're the baddest out there.
Yeah.
But try this right here, man.
Yeah.
Like, is your shit really working? I wish I had somebody to tell me that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And my thing is, I had that. Mine, honest to God, it was my mom, bro. But she kind of took a seat back to let me grow, because that's how I was. I was like, nah, let me do me, man. Like I'm out from under the roof. Let me do me.
That's how it was.
And I was a knucklehead.
That's what I was. I was a knucklehead. Like I said, I don't blame my parents. They just didn't know, man.
Yeah.
I can't blame them, because during that time frame, they just didn't know. Now, I might be a late bloomer, but shit, that's what the fuck they got internet for.
Right.
They got internet. Instead of
Yeah.
I ain't on Facebook like that all the time. Shit, I'm just Googling shit like, oh snap, we can do it like this.
Yeah.
They got all that shit. So I refuse to try to fail, man. I can't let that happen, man.
Yeah, man.
But
Now I feel you.
I think
I
that
can't.
as black folks, we need to have more empathy. Not so much sympathy, empathy. So we gotta, for those that have made it, you have to have empathy. So you gotta put yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah.
You have to. You can't just say, "Oh, well, they got the raggedy shoes over there, or they got holes in their pants." Ha ha ha! Why didn't they buy more? We can't do that.
Real quick. Mm-hmm. Do you think that other races they do that?
To a certain degree, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because
we do it more.
Because we seem to do that a lot.
We do it way more.
Because like maybe it's just me, but when I look at somebody, especially black, and maybe they don't have all the nicest clothes, the nicest shoes, the nicest whatever. Do you know what, bro? I don't judge them at all, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the first time I ever in my life met a multi-millionaire, that's how he dressed, like a bum, bro. Like I was like, okay, first
that's
off,
what I would, jogging pants and everything, just walking around.
No, this dude, it was freezing. He had on open-toe sandals, right? And I was like, hold up, bro. What an idiot.
Black or white?
Black.
That's a sign.
Black.
That's a sign.
Yeah. So I was like, what is wrong with this dude? Then, he had on like some faded glory jeans with these sandals. The jeans was to cover the legs, but the toes were still out. It's freezing, bro. With old plaid looking shirt. And what was so funny was the dude, he knew me. And the guy was like, hey, Robert. I was like, who is this dude talking to? Who is this fella? And I go up and I'm chopping it with him. And the guy's like, hey, man, would you want to work for me? That's what he said. What do you want to work for? I was like, work for what? Like, what do you own, bro? No bullshit, y'all. The dude owned 3 contracts to 3 of the biggest bases in the Air Force, and he owned all the cleanings. Like, every contract there, so the cleaning people, he wanted me to oversee them. And now, even to this day, the dude said, when you get out, call me. Matter of fact, listen to this. He lives in South Carolina.
That's about right.
But the dude sent me his house, like, actual picture, like, of him, like, video, really, of him just going around the house. He's like, this is what I got. Bro, the dude house, marble floor. I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. Now,
nice.
Now the guy is single, because the guy's like, after me and my first wife split, then that was it. So you could try to Google me and stuff, and I did, and yeah, bro, multi-millionaire, bro. But you would have never known it looking at him. You would have never known it, bro.
He had on the Jesus sandals and Kanye's.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and now I did see him when he because now where I saw him at was actually a football game, and I thought he was walking to the wrong place, because I was like, bruh, now that's for the donors, bro. Like, you ain't getting up there. Bruh, he pulled that pass out. I said, wow, bruh, this is crazy. And so I knew something. He was a black guy. Pulled me to the side and gave me that talk, man. Like, hey, man, like, you probably looked at me and thought, hey, now this dude's a bum. He's like, I got more money than every dude up there. Like, I was like, golly. Other than the USAA guy. He wasn't messing with that. But, you know what I'm saying? But it taught me something. Like, you can't judge these people, bro. You really can't, because you don't know what an individual has, man.
Kenny said, if your kids are young now, establish a college fund. My son is already locked and loaded. We started when he was born, 2010. And now he has all his college money ready.
Oh. Now, that part, you are definitely right. For both of my kids, that I started literally the day that they were born. So, like, the money part is not a worry. That's not my worry. But I'd rather give them that for their life. than for school.
Yeah.
So if they could get into school on a scholarship, baby, here's your life. Like, I literally spoke to my daughter last night, and I told her, you should never ask a dude for anything. Ask me.
Yeah.
Got it. And I told her, now I don't care what age. Like, what age.
I learned that from Biggie.
Dope. Nope.
Just when my daughter does college plans, so she don't need no man.
Right? Period. So I was fortunate that I had a supervisor who, when he found out that, well, at that time my girlfriend was pregnant, he was like, hey, for your child, because you don't know if y'all two are going to work, but that kid is going to always be your kid.
What up, Eric?
And he had told me, hey, man, go down there to the bank, start up a college fund. And he said to start small, and I did. Before I know it, bro, I had G's. I had G's, bro. What?
So, hey, man.
But that's it, really.
Do us a favor. Everybody need to go out there, have some empathy for your next brother, and help out the next fellow man. Do something good. Don't ask for nothing back. Just do it off the goodness, the strength of your own heart. And
don't expect nothing back.
Don't expect nothing back. It'll come back tenfold to you, man.
Straight up. Straight up.
You saw it. I'm fortunate to have folks reaching out to me. I don't even know that's trying to help me.
Right.
I don't even know. But they reaching out from Texas trying to help me find what I want.
Mm-hmm. That's true. All for you just being a decent dude, though. Because imagine if the individuals who are doing the looking out for you didn't like you.
Yeah.
Right. Now you just naked. Trying to do it raw, bruh. Just make calls and, feel me? Trying to do all this extra research. But, yeah.
I get it all the time. People are afraid because I'm, big black man.
Big black guy.
Yeah, they think the worst. And it's wrong.
Yeah.
So, stay blessed, y'all. Stay blessed.
Well, that's it, y'all.
Two black guys
with Table Talk. Holla.